to go to. So everyone, welcome to the Darwin Learning Expo. This is the first of its kind that Enhanced NT is hosting. We've always wanted to do something like this, and now that we have the venue and the space, the support from our wonderful staff, we are now finally doing it. So really, thank you Brian and Cora, Sashim, and Miss Ems for coming, and also thank you to our visitors for visiting us today. This is actually part of a month-long event called Bridge to Success. And this week is Darwin Learning Expo, where we are exhibiting our partner schools such as Canterbury Institute of Management, International College of Advanced Education, AussieNet, Bayside International College, and Alana K College. Okay, so really we're doing this for Darwin. We are doing this event because we want to do more for Darwin, especially the international student community sector. Okay, if it weren't for events like this, we wouldn't be able to have this human interaction and engagement. And events like this force us to really go out and about. You know, it definitely forces me out of my office. If it weren't for this event, I would probably just lock myself in my office typing away. So it's good that, you know, we get to see each other in person, and it's a good thing to foster. Yes, and events like this is like the tourism for international students here in Darwin. Okay, and we would like to invite our educational institutions and community groups to present a brief overview of their study programs or community offerings. This is in no particular order, but let's first call on Cora from Canterbury Institute of Management.
Sure. Thank you, Carol. Do you want me to come up there? Or? Okay,
yeah,
sure. Sure. Thank you, Carol, for the introduction there, and good to be here with the Enhanced NT team today. Again, it's a great initiative from Carol and the team here to get engaged with the community more and more, the students, and just help them out on a continuous basis. I think is quite unique and good. Again, I'll keep it fairly short, to be honest, guys. So myself, again, I'm Parag Shrestha. I'm the Business Development Manager at Canterbury Institute of Management. We're a higher education provider based out of Sydney, Melbourne, and Darwin. Darwin was actually our second branch. We've been here for a fair bit of time now, closing in on 3 years very soon. And it's been a great journey so far, being in the territory. So as I mentioned, we're a higher education provider. We're the only private higher education provider for international students in the Northern Territory, something we take a lot of pride in. And we've been able to grow that. So we've got over 300 students currently from, I believe, over 23 nationalities altogether. But that data is a bit old in terms of the number of nationalities, but hopefully that stands today as well. So as I mentioned, so we're a higher education provider. We've got both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. So we've got a Bachelor's of Business in Accounting, Information System, Hospitality Management and Management. And we also do have our postgraduate courses, which is a Master's of Business Administration, again with a few majors in Accounting, Information System and Project Management. And also we do have our MICT course, which is tailored towards the ICT industry, so Masters of Information and Communication Technology. We've known Carol and the team for quite some time now, and we're hoping to reach out to more of the community here as well, for students who've already arrived in Australia, maybe done some kind of qualification beforehand, a certificate or a diploma, and want to go for higher studies now, or even, of course, those who are overseas and looking to come to Australia, or in particular Darwin, to further their studies as well. But yeah, that's a quick brief on CIM. Any questions or concerns from the group? Anyone here looking to study higher education? Any of the students who've joined, or?
You can always ask for questions after everyone has.
Sure.
And then of course we're here to represent Canterbury Institute of Management.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. Pretty short one day, but yeah. That's about it.
Okay, thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for that. Sorry, are you okay ready?
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not very.
I know.
There it is. So do I just pause it? Is there a pause button?
Alright, so we're now ready for Ems Willis from Filipino Australian Association.
We are the Philippine Australian Association of the Northern Territory, or people call us FONT. FONT. How do I play this? Okay, so just a little bit of history. The Filipino Australian Association of the NT was established in 1973 by Mr. Lino Molina. His wife actually passed away last year, but before she passed away, we made sure that we reached out to the family because I think it's really important that us, the new Filipinos in the NT, understand and acknowledge the history of the Filipino Association, given that it's a 50th year anniversary this year, or last year, my math. So we collaborated with the family of Mr. Lino Molina in 2020 and included them in a Barrio Festa after they left the association. So you know, sometimes the Filipino community can be so toxic, and that's why they left. But we made sure that we reach out to everybody and be the bridge and the glue to all different smaller organizations, Filipino community groups. That's Lino Molina. How do you play this?
Oh, that's my son.
Is it?
Yeah. I just noticed.
I don't even know. Sorry guys, which one? Huh?
I just noticed like the photo on the next. Yeah, that one on the very corner. The left corner. I just noticed.
This one?
Yeah, that's Colin.
I did it on purpose.
Thank
I
you.
needed to be here today. So our mission is to maintain kinship among all Filipino Australians and foster friendly relationship, blah blah blah. Recognize, of course, and preserve and honor our Filipino heritage and identity by upholding our culture, traditions, and values through the events that we do and the collaborations that we establish with all different, not just community groups, but also with now with education providers that now that are the number of international students in the Filipino community is growing. How many Filipino students now? Do you know? How many in the territory, Filipino international? I know there's 4,000 international students. Yeah. And with ICAE's collaboration with the Philippine Consul, we have had a number of scholars from Negros Occidental. And this is with Philippine Consul, Mr. John Rivas' effort. What else have we done? Trying to make it as good as we can. According to the recent census, the Filipinos are the top overseas born territorians, more than the Chinese and the Greeks and the Indians. You don't know that. The current committee was formed in the midst of pandemic, so if you want to target the Filipino community, talk to me. There's more other places in the Philippines other than Manila and Cebu. Talk to me. I'll talk to you for free. Okay, so our initial mission was simple. It's really hard to collaborate with the Filipinos, especially after a while the FAANT has been quiet. So it was really hard for us in 2020 to kind of get the community back together. So that's why I wrote there, to gain the trust back from the community, because if they don't trust you, they won't attend your events. And it's really this is trust is a really important thing if you try to collaborate with community members and education providers and other community groups. What else? This is what I can email you that. Everything that we've done in the last 4 years. What's this? Okay, the Barrio Festa is our biggest event, and this is also an event where you guys can ICAE has done it before. You can, have corporate stalls like this, and our secretary normally talks to you, and we don't charge you a lot. Sometimes it's free to make sure, because it doesn't benefit us. I mean, you give us money, $20, but what is it? Nothing. You spend it the day after to pay for our utilities, right? But the most important thing is for you to have the corporate stall and potentially invite more Filipino international students to come to Darwin. But the biggest event that we had, and Brian, I'm talking a lot about Brian because Brian is actually one of our sponsors. ICAE. this? In 2022. So this is a problem. This was a problem, right? We had the Thai Grand Festival, the Indonesian Persona Indonesia Festival, Nepalese Festival. They always have it at the waterfront. Are you from that? Is anyone from Nepal here? Yeah, we always have it at the waterfront. So because of you, the Filipinos come to me and say, how come we don't have one at the waterfront? So I said, there's a reason for that. So if someone do ask, people do ask you, there's a reason for it. It's because we have our own facility in Marara. Now the facility in Marara is 30 years old. It's so broken, it needs a lot of repairing. So we do apply for grants. Grants are the money that we get from the government to fix everything that is broken in there, the kitchen, the stage, the small building, and the bathroom. So slowly we're trying to fix and renovate things that need to be fixed ASAP.
But to our defense, I just need to say something.
Yeah.
That we do use a lot of your venues for all our smaller functions as well.
You know what?
A lot of functions and
So we should be contributing to the fund as
lot
well.
of lot of Nepalese events do happen in the Filipino
Yeah,
area
yeah,
is that
as well.
right?
Yeah, on a very regular basis, I
I think
think.
it's a branding of the waterfront. When people say, how come there's still Filipino event at the waterfront?
Yeah.
We keep saying we're the largest community here, but we never have one at the waterfront.
Yeah.
It's like a little kid, yes,
Yeah.
looking about it. So I'm like, you know what? 25th year anniversary of Mario Fiesta was in 2022. So we had it at the waterfront at 2 o'clock on the day. I texted, because we didn't have budget for the marketing. I texted James, the music producer. I said, do you think people will come? After the event, the waterfront reported to us there was 9,000 people attended the event. And we actually collaborated. Ash helped us a lot with the applications because he's got time. You know, Ashish.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
the
yeah.
president of the
Yeah,
Nepalese
yeah.
Association. So we do collaborate a lot with the Nepalese Association. And so we had the Halabra. Those are that if you didn't go, you come this year, 13th of July.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. If I can be bothered. No sleep for 2 weeks. These are your numbers. Filipinos in Australia. How do you go back? So the Filipino, like I said, is the top overseas born in the NT. It's about 230,000 Filipino in Australia, but 5,000 in hiding. I call them TNT. They don't have the right visas. I hope the police will get them. There's 8,250 Filipinos in the NT, 2,000 hiding. I know where they are. They're at the Killarney station. No, I'm just joking. And then about 400,000 with Filipino ancestry in Australia. Now, these numbers can be higher than this because I mean a lot of them when you know the what do you call it, census, when people sign the census they don't normally say Filipino if they've been here, if they're the third generation Filipino. So there's more than these numbers. What else? Sorry guys. That is my remote control.
Lady or
Huh?
to the right? Or
To
to
the
the
left, to
right?
the left. Which one? Oh, there it is.
Too fast again.
So this is our committee members, the vice president, treasurer, secretary, blah, blah, blah. So we try to have, it doesn't work, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just letting you know, to correct the narrative, we don't get paid for this, because people think we get paid for this and we love the positions. No, we don't. Okay, and then we're not forced, we're happy to serve the Filipino community, but we don't get paid for it. Everything is voluntary. So we try as much as we can. We do try to have subcommittees, but they don't normally work. I'm gonna be honest, because these people have families and they have full-time jobs. And I just want you to, if someone talk bad about us, defend us.
Oh no, then.
What else? This year, this is the these are our events. We have the Tekken Filipino versus Australia. That was the very first in Australia. The top 3 Tekken players in the Philippines, top 10 in the world, came to Australia 2 weeks ago, to Darwin 2 weeks ago, to battle against the top 2 in Australia and the top 1 in the NT. Australia lost, Philippine won. And then we had the Itchy Worms live in Darwin in last week. So this is the first time FAN is an organization. We don't produce it. We haven't been producing events. Normally it comes from private organizations. But we try to produce events through FAN's name to get revenue because we need a lot of money to maintain the facilities in Marara. We have the Halabara hopefully on the 13th of July, so pencil book it. It's not, I have a meeting with the waterfront next week. We have the Barrio Fiesta, so we have two this year. One Halabera at the waterfront and one Barrio Fiesta at the Filipino Community Center, because the Filipino Community Center, Barrio Fiesta traditionally was at the Filipino Community Center, and I don't want to take that away from its home. So we want to keep that, and at the same time we also want to have Halabera, but Halabera is every 2 years. Because my committee can't do it every year, it's too hard, this one. But we, just letting you know, when we pitched Halabera to NT major events, we had $300 in a bank account, right? But the cost of the whole, and I'm very transparent, that is $120,000. But through the help of people such as ICAE, and can I be transparent, Brian, gave us $500,000, they donated to us. I have nothing to give to ICAE back, except corporate stall. I have nothing to give to you, except connections and the potential students that you have. But the fact that they don't complain, these businesses, matters so much to us. You know, that's how we collaborate with the community. They have more followers on Facebook than us. But I always tell my community, you make sure that you thank them, because we have nothing to give to you guys, except the connections or whatever help you need. That's why we volunteer. And thank you so much for thinking beyond FAANT, beyond the organization, and actually thinking at the Filipino community as a whole, because at the end of the day, whatever we do at FAANT is for the Filipino community, not for us. If it's for us, I'm not doing it. I can't, it's too tiring. Nagreklamo, di ba? It's complaining. So these are our, ICAE there, ICAE, there you are, and all other support that we got. This is a Filipino Community Center in Marara. Just the photos. This is Halabera last year. Casey Tandingan was here. It's dancers. Here we go. And those are some of the events. So we do have Eat, Meet, and Celebrate. That's funded by Study NC. It's for the international students, and that's when you come in and we'll give you a space for your corporate stall and your speeches for free.
Sure.
Everything's for
Thank
free.
you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Miss M, and it's really nice. I really relate to what you're saying about getting tired. It certainly is. It takes a lot of effort and time and energy to put up events like that. So I can certainly relate, Miss M. So it's good to hear about these things, because we are recording our event right now. So for all the Filipinos who are watching this, so now you understand the history. I will certainly support FAANT in its future events. You can definitely count on Enhance ND to support the FAANT. For the new visitors who just came in, thank you for coming to our event. By the way, my name is Carol, and I'm the director of Enhance NT. I'm also a registered migration agent and a qualified education agent. So as Ms. M said, we're really doing this for the community. You know, events like these, it's really for in our case, it's for the international students of Darwin, and we really want to promote Darwin as a great destination for study. So without further ado, I would like now to call on Sashim Maki from Bayside International College.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm loud enough to speak. And thank you for inviting me today to this event. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Anna and Enhance team for inviting us to this event. I'm sure there'll be a lot of more events coming up in the future as well. My name is Sashim Maske, and I'm from Bayside International College. We are in Waterfront, and we've got our history for the last 5 years. We've been in operation in Sydney and Darwin. In the Darwin sector, we've opened in 2019, so it's been about 5 years, and we are still not the biggest vocational or early course provider. We're still a small scale vocational provider in the territory. In our courses, I would like to explain about some of the courses that we've got in Darwin itself. We do early course courses such as Foundation English and English for academic purpose. Studying these courses, students can improve their English language, and if a student wants to study further with our academic for English purpose, they can either study with us for vocational sector or go to a private higher education, Canterbury Institute of Management, for their higher education as well. At the meantime, we also do vocational courses. We do hospitality courses such as kitchen management and diploma of hospitality management. We also provide business courses, which is advanced diploma of leadership and management. Saying that, Darwin is a very small community, and I think Filipino community is one of the biggest community in Darwin, and we appreciate the support that Enhance NT has been giving to us. And if there is any help we can do to any of the students, whether by teaching them or by engaging them to any community events, that would be great for us as well. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Mr. Sashim Maskey from Bayside International College. So, last but not least, our very good friend, Mr. Brian O'Gallagher from International College of Advanced Education.
Thank you. Look, thank you, Carol, and it's good to join with Enhance NT again. Can I just say, on behalf of the International College of Advanced Education, which I'll refer to as ICAE, we really do enjoy coming to these events, talking to people directly, and also for people in the audience who may be watching this broadcast. So welcome to everyone. Let me just say, ICAE is the largest hospitality training college in the Northern Territory of Australia. We have been operating for over 25 years. So we currently have around, it goes up and down, but let's say about 180 international students. And generally we have those students from about 17 different countries around the world. So we have a lot of students from Southeast Asia, and our biggest market, may I say, for this audience is the Filipino market. They're our biggest market. But we also have the Nepalese market as well. We have them from North Asia, from Taiwan, from China. We have them from South America, Colombia. We have them from North America, Mexico. We have them from Europe, Italy, France, etc. So it is truly a great experience for students to come, study, work and live here in the Northern Territory. Now, why would people want to come to Darwin to study either hospitality or our other vocational education training courses? And let me just mention what they are. Yes, we do commercial cookery, certificate for kitchen management. Yes, we do hospitality. You can do a diploma of hospitality. We also do some bakery, but we also do beauty therapy and remedial massage. We choose the courses for a couple of special reasons. One, there is work in Darwin associated with those courses, and I'm talking about paid work, not unpaid work. So when students come here, from day one they can commence working and getting paid very good money compared to the countries they come from. The other reason we choose those courses is they also offer an expedited migration pathway. Those courses are on the skills shortage list, both the Australian skills shortage list and also the specialised Northern Territory skills shortage list, as part of the Designated Area Migration Agreement, which is an agreement between the Northern Territory Government and the Australian Government. And that's so that we can expedite getting people here into the Northern Territory. So there are two real advantages for why you would come here and why you would study those particular courses. If you went to Melbourne, there's absolutely fantastic hospitality training colleges in Melbourne. You can go there and you can study the course, but whether you can actually get paid work while you're studying is questionable. And your migration pathway is much more limited. Here, typically our students will come and start and they'll get permanent residency within 4 years. If you went down to Melbourne or Sydney, you might still not have it after 12, 15 years. So that's a real advantage of why you want to come here and do it. Plus you are earning significant money. Now let me give you an example. Typically our students, and we go out and see them at the employers, At the moment, they're currently earning around 30 Australian dollars per hour. That's 30 Australian dollars per hour. And if I just talk about Filipino pesos, because there seems to be an emphasis on the Philippines, at the moment that's about 1,100 pesos per hour, 1,100 pesos per hour. That's good money. Much more than you'll get in Manila, much more than you'll get in Cebu, much more than you get in Tuguegarao, much more than you get in Iloilo, much more than you get in Davao. It's also much more than you earn in Sydney, in Melbourne, in London or New York. So it's one of the highest paid for entry-level hospitality you'll get. And the same applies to our other courses. In terms of beauty therapy and remedial massage, you will get paid significantly. Now, ICAE is another big advantage you can. Obviously, we've got commercial kitchens. We're a full campus out at Rapid Creek here. We've got all these facilities you want. Students come, they actually get free lunches when they're studying. But people may know that for international students coming to Australia, they are entitled to work up to 24 hours per week. 24 hours a week. So in our first semester, that's the same. Our students can come and study, but they can go and work 24 hours a week. Our second semester, our second 6 months, our students get an additional 25 hours a week because that's part of their course. And they have to work in their field of study. So they can possibly work up to 49 hours a week. 49 hours a week. So if I take that same rate, 1,100 pesos per hour, you're talking around 50,000 pesos per week. That is significant money they earn whilst being here. And I guarantee you, our students, if you look over a period of a year or so, they will make a profit. The money they earn will cover their tuition costs, it'll cover their living costs, their beer money, maybe not champagne money, but certainly beer money. And most of our students still send money back home to mum and dad while studying. And while they're doing that, they're actually gaining the Australian qualification they're looking for. And generally, if you're looking for a migration pathway, you have to study for at least 2 years. That's an Australian government requirement, not our requirement. So for 2 years, the fact that the second 6 months they're out full industry placement, they're hardly coming to school at all, they're basically out working. In the first 6 months, they'll generally come to school 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They will do 1 day theory, 2 days practical. We are very industry focused. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. When does the hospitality industry really want workers? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And even at our orientation week, when students come and start with us, we have the hotels and restaurants actually come and talk to our students. Example, Hilton Hotel. They will come and they'll say, look, welcome to Darwin. Great you're taking on this course at ICAE. As an employer, what we're looking for is someone who's willing to learn, has the right attitude, prepared to come to work on time, and you will be rewarded. That's right. And then they'll say, and by the way, we actually have 3 vacancies available right now. So can you come over here and tell us about yourselves and we'll look to employ 3 of us. All of our students at the moment are fully paid work. We don't promise it, but the high demand in Darwin makes that happen. And that's a really good advantage. In terms of intakes, we have 4 intakes a year. So students at this stage can join in January, April, April, July and September, 4 times a year. We are looking to actually make that even more frequent. It hasn't happened yet, but we are considering it. And Sean, who actually has just arrived, I think he's looking hard at making that even more frequent. So that's news to come later. But I would encourage you that this is a great chance for, and I want you to use your networks. If you've got people out there, say, hey, you can actually come to Darwin, you can earn money, you can get a fast track migration pathway, which is also supported by the Northern Territory Government, and you will change your life for the better. Absolutely change your life for the better. And I think there's a couple of things that are really good testimony for us. A lot of our students are referrals from their either brothers or sisters who've already come and studied here. They get their younger brothers and sisters to come through, or their relatives and neighbours to come through. That is the best advertising, because they've had a great experience, they've learnt a lot of things, they've changed their lives for the better, and they want to offer that to the rest of their family. So I would encourage you, look on our website. Everything is on our website, www.icae.edu, etc. All the details of all our courses. And the last thing I want to just say is we have a special. There is a scholarship on right now. And that scholarship applies to the April intake, but also the July intake coming up. And typically our courses cost 14,000 Australian dollars per year. That's a typical tuition fee. So for a 2-year course, you are normally paying 28,000 Australian dollars. For this scholarship, as long as you meet the requirements, we have reduced that by almost 35%. $20,000 for the 2-year course. That is significantly cheaper. To save that $8,000 and commit now really makes it even more attractive for our students to come, be it from the Philippines, be it from Nepal, be it from all around the world. So I definitely encourage, if you know anyone, encourage them to look at us now. Go and talk to Enhance NT, they'll help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. And did you want to say anything, Sean, in addition to that? All good. Okay, so that was Mr. Brian O'Gallagher, the Business Development Manager for International College of Advanced Education. Before we close the speeches, I think there's some questions from our audiences, and just like to read them. And I believe they are questions for our schools. Can you take the mic?
Yeah, sure.
Or just leave it right here? I'll just leave it, okay. So we've got a few questions here. Okay. The first question is there any related course to a caregiver course? Well, the partner schools that we have at the moment, the courses that they are offering here do not have any caregiver course, but we do have a partner school who's Alana K College. They don't have a representative today, but we are partners with them, and their courses are related to caregiver courses. Okay, and you're welcome to approach me later if you have any more questions. I'm happy to show you their booth. Next question is, what age are qualified to come and study? So I'll leave it to anyone who wants to.
If you want. Look, the minimum age, and these are the Australian government requirements, right, is 18 years old. You have to be 18 years old. If you're younger than that, then you need to get approval for a guardian to come with you. Now, typically, these are student visas. Why there's no absolutely firm top end, or we generally see our students from 18 to 30 years old. If you're coming in at 55 years old, I can guarantee it will be very hard to get a student visa. They probably think you're looking for a pensioner visa, not a student visa.
What about 32?
Look, 32, we have had people at 32 and older, but they've had to have extensive experience in their field of study. So if you're going to come and study cookery here, you need to be cookery or hospitality over in your home country. You can't be doing engineering in the Philippines and come and study cookery here. You can't be doing cookery in the Philippines and come and do nursing here. It's like for like. But we've had students who've, for example, have had extensive experience on cruise ships, and around 32, but they've been learning a lot of cookery and doing all the hospitality. So they've generally got all the experience that qualifies them. In a broad sense, I would think 18 to 30. If they're coming straight out of school, there's an advantage because they don't have to prove the experience level because they're just starting their career, they're choosing a career. If you're coming in at 24, you do need to show that you've actually been working in the field of study. So you've either been working at restaurants or hotels in your home country. It could just be a waiter, it could be a barista, but you need to have some hospitality experience. That's why you're coming. So anyway, 18 to 30 is a rough idea.
Is there anything you want to add
It's
to
the
that?
same
No,
thing.
Same thing?
I think Brian's helped us all out there. But yeah, 18 for any of our courses. And as Brian explained, that if there are any gaps in between your studies, so let's say you're finished high school and then you're, let's say 23, 24 now looking to do a bachelor's, there's got to be some evidence what you've been doing the past 5 years in a relevant sector, which is quite important. Again, no maximum age. For masters, of course, even if you're in your mid-30s, it's still a possibility. But again, we do have to look at your entire, let's say, track record of what you've been doing before the course as well, if you're not coming as a straight graduate. Yeah. Anything?
I think that's
The next question is for Bayside and Canterbury. Like, if do you have any scholarships or tuition fee discounts as similar to what ICAD has mentioned?
Sure, I guess I'll get started. Again, I didn't mention the course fees or anything of the sort during my short speech there, but so as I mentioned, because we do have multiple courses, it does vary. We do have scholarships for international students. It depends on what course you're going in for. It can range from anywhere from, let's say, 10% up to 30%, depending on which course you go for. In terms of further information for that, I think the team here would be much better to advise you on one-on-one purpose. The main thing is follow what you want to do in terms of, let's say, what course you want to do. If you want to go into business, IT, accounting, just be sure of that before. You know, if there's a course for, let's say, 90% scholarship, but you don't want to do it at all, what's the point of it? Right, so first tie that down, and then, of course, we'll help you through the process to see what eligible scholarships you would have for the course.
It's the same thing for Bayside International College also. Depending on the student's application, we do have scholarship programs available for you guys as well. For that, you can contact Enhance NT as well. The scholarship range is about 10% to 15% at this stage, and it's a 2 years course scholarship that we provide to all the students.
Thank you, Sajin. The last two questions is asking about the duration of courses, and I think Brian already touched on that. Typically, it's between 2 years for vocational courses and 3 years for higher education courses. And in regards to the PR pathway, which is the last question, is there any PR pathway for courses? It depends what course you're taking. So it's really, there's no one straightforward answer. It's really best to talk to registered migration agents such as myself when talking about PR pathways. Okay? So does anyone else have any questions? Okay. Is there any final messages from any of you?
Yeah, sorry. Just in terms of our courses, each of our courses is 12 months duration. What I'm saying is if you're looking for a migration pathway, you'll need to sign up for 2 years. So, for example, the first year you might do certificate for kitchen management. The second year you might do diploma of hospitality. But each of our courses, as I said, is 12 months duration. The second semester, second 6 months, is a full industry placement. So you're out there working in the field of study.
Okay, everyone. So that about concludes our opening remarks. Again, this event was hosted by Enhance NT to promote Darwin as an international study destination, and also to engage with our Darwin community, specifically the international students. So we are here for you guys. You know, our office is welcome and open to everyone who's interested in asking questions about studying here in our partner school. So please feel free to come in at any time. So for the rest of the event, please enjoy our small plates and drinks. Thank you.
Thank you.